Basically, like a hospital of 2.2 billion, we've paid, government has been able to pay 2 billion. So what is left is not much. You understand? What is left is not much. So we just have to, let me tell you something, Moro. Sometimes when
so kwanta twede anomaija
okay
sabronum dobroso Bekwai Hospital, Konongo Hospital, Tepa, Fomena, Kumewu, you'll be naming them. These are all hospitals that were done under NPP in the last 8 years. Yes, we might not be able to finish everything, but wasn't that the same hospital that the current health minister went to stand there and complain bitterly about? So if you have come into office for 1 year, 6 months, and we are still blaming an NPP government that because they didn't finish, so you are also not going to finish it, then you have a big problem as a.
But they haven't said they won't finish it.
But have they done anything to it?
No, but
when you look at the weeds, when you look at the that is why let's deal with the one he's withdrawing. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That you don't sit down to the ninth hour.
You made that point. You made that point several times.
But it's because you brought it. It's because you brought it up again. You see, whether he's not withdrawing here or so, that is my back case. But I'm talking about where he says he's withdrawing. Yeah. I don't think it's fair to do that. And whoever can support Chairman Wontumi on this occasion, any lawyer, I believe, those who want to do gratis and things, they pro bono can at least go and support him and help him. But we are all behind him, whether good or bad, we support him. We believe that he's worked hard for us, the party, and himself as a whole. He's a businessman, as he's always stated, and he will run his business as critical as possible and as perfect as possible. Definitely in businesses, you get some bad nuts coming in to, destroy one or two things or, come to dirty your water. And it's acceptable because in business you see some of these things. How you manage it and get out of it is your own thing. But I believe that we should still support him in everything that he's doing. I don't believe that like the Americans do. It's till the last man standing is gone. They are not going to turn their back on any American. In that same way, we are not going to turn our back on any NPP person till the last man is gone. We need to fight for our own. We need to protect our own. We need to be with our own, whether good or bad. That is ours. You don't throw your baby away with the dirty water. It's not done. And I believe that there are better days ahead. I believe and I pray that from what has gone on so far,
and focus on his legal battles. It is a loan you took, which you can pay back. So why go for plea bargain? Chairman is my good friend, and we interact with him. We interact often, but the interest of the NPP is more important. We can't be talking about our chairman's convictions when he's supposed to lead us to get power. Not good for brand NPP. You agree with him?
He has a point.
Okay. So, gentlemen, I want us to...
and everyone's point is good.
Yes.
Maybe Wontumi too has a point on still going for the chairmanship.
Okay.
I don't know. I need to also listen to his side.
Okay. Now, I want us to...
Cletus, you don't agree with me.
I want us to do this. But before we do that, let me just once again remind our viewers that Discover MNC Group, your #1 partner in minerals and food commodities, trading, real estate development, general logistics, procurement and management consultancy. They also do investment advisory. They do import and export. They have headquarters in East Legon, Accra, Ghana, and also MNC Group. They have offices in Dubai, Hong Kong and Guangzhou in China, Johannesburg in South Africa, Virginia, USA, Arizona in Italy, and also Hanover in Germany. We connect markets that drive business growth with tailor-made solutions to meet your needs. Trust us to maximize your value in every deal. Reach us on MNC Group at mncgroup.com or call us on 0302-998-246 or 026-5505-337, 05610-32252. MNC Group, totally reliant. Now, this is where my difficulty is. We have just 5 minutes to wrap up or to round up our conversations. I don't know whether we can do this. So, the deputy The Deputy Defense Minister, Brocha Jemfi, has waded into this whole Afari and Siwa hospitals, which have still not been built. The minority went there, the health committee went there to go and look at the state of affairs. They said they went on an inspection tour. The caretakers of the two facilities tried to stop them, and it resulted in some chaos. And in fact, there's a video of a woman who was crying that the fact that the minority has been given the chance to come and have an inspection of the place means that her job is at risk, and that she fears that she may be sacked. And the minority kept assuring her that nothing of the sort will happen. But let me just read to you from today's Daily Post what Deputy Defense Minister Brocha Jemfi has been saying about this. Now, it says that for a military hospital, a symbol of the NPP's wickedness, lack of conscience, and hypocrisy. It is only a political party in the government that is heartless, has no conscience, and knows no shame that will, for 8 years, abandon a hospital project which had its civil and architectural works 90% completed, yet come back to point accusing fingers at a party which has been in government for only 18 months for not completing the project. The NPP, led by the MPs in Ashanti region on Wednesday, showed that they are this heartless, conscienceless, and shameless political party when they trooped down to the Afari military hospital in Kumasi, shedding crocodile tears over its incompletion and pointing accusing fingers at the John Mahama-led NDC government. For 8 years, while the Akufo-Addo Bawumia-led MP was in power, the hospital cried out to be completed. Ghanaians pleaded for its completion. The people of Ashanti went down on their knees to beg for its completion. However, all these pleas fell on deaf ears as the Matimeho party preferred to use money that was available to build it.
I believe the judge will come out something, and maybe hopefully Muntumi will be set free.
All right.
Because I feel that yes, he's hardworking, and I don't think that he's done anything wrong. From what the little except I got from the court, it tells you that he didn't go to do illegal mining somewhere. Some people use this name to go pick his lands and things to use in some forest or so. He wasn't involved, and so I don't see why he should be charged for that.
Let's wait for the judge.
So I'll leave that for the judge to come out, and I wish him the best. We are with him in spirit.
Okay.
Wheat over there that was being weeded. It tells you that they are it's a recent thing. It tells you that even during our time, we kept the place neat and habitable from snakes and all these rodents and other things. Are they doing the same? No. It tells you that they are not serious as a government to even finish something they claim that we didn't do. So we are voted out of power because of that. Then you come and tell me that because our ranking member has gone to complain about it, he's done wrong? Come on. Are we looking at the nation or we are looking at individual? Do you know why this whole, Afari Hospital has come up? Because of the 2-week suspension of the director for Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. Because of that. Where even the staff, everybody got angry and said that they were all going on strike. Because they don't think you are being fair. They don't think you are being passionate. They don't think you are even listening to what is happening on ground. Where they didn't even have space to put people and work on them when they are ill. And so they said, listen, hold on with the rush that you are coming here. Use lesser endowed hospitals. All these community hospitals, polyclinics and things, instead of rushing to the emergency. Because when you come to the emergency, we might not be able to take care of you because we have a lot on our hand for some time. And based on that, you get the health minister. Not even writing to the board that they should investigate and take necessary action. But you wrote to them that they should give the man 2 weeks. It means that you've made your judgment. It means that you don't know how even corporate governance works. You believe that once the president says this, whether it's good or bad, people should not reason. Doctors should not use their brains. Because the president has said that, let us not turn people back. But they are not saying that you've come, we've turned you back. They are saying that be forewarned that you might get there in a rush and you might not get the necessary emergency treatment that is supposed to be given because the place is crowded and our hands are full. So they are telling you ahead of time that don't rush to that place. Try other places before you even come. By the time maybe a week or two would have passed, the pressure would have gone down. Where was the fault of this doctor? All you needed to do was tell the distant that, oh, at least write to him or investigate and let us know why he didn't even consult, because this is something we've already stated. But you expect people to use their brains when they are working. They are not robots. So if the hospital cannot claim more than 1,000 people, and because they say that, oh, we shouldn't retain people, and there are over 1,200 people there, when people are coming, we should still admit them. Is that what you are saying? When there are other hospitals that could be opened easily nearby, because unlike Accra, where you can have Kolebu, Ridge, UGMC, Bank Hospital, Wales, there are about 5, 6 or 7 big hospitals in Accra that you can easily go for reference. Confanoche is so. So the pressure there is high. With the operation of the Agenda 111 hospitals, it's going to ease that traffic in Confanoche. You are not interested in Agenda 111. You are not interested in opening other hospitals. Even with all the facilities in these hospitals, you are not interested in doing that. All you are interested in is to make sure that we do gimmicks, settings.
Let me read this for you, Alfred. So, Boja Jimfi, the Deputy Defense Minister, he says, ironically, today it is this same MPs whose party is no longer in power who are shedding tears over the hospital and yelling for its completion. However, most Ashantis will no longer be fooled by these inferior taxes aimed at scoring cheap political points. They know the tears that the NPP and the MPs are shedding are crocodile tears. They also know the noise that the MPs are making is only to cover their own shame for not completing the hospital throughout the 8 years they were in power. They know the Mahama government will complete the project. The NPP want to share in this glory when the hospital is completed and opened, because then they can claim that they were the ones who compelled the government to complete what they refused to complete. As has been said time and again, the NPP is the proverbial Anoma Kokoneko. Is it Kokoneko? Anoma Kokonekone. It's a proverbial expression in the Tree language of Ghana that refers to a cunning or critical person or a mischief maker. Who's this in your shot?
That's one of the MPs.
Oh, he's weeding at the how do you call it? The overgrown weeds at Afaro. Oh, that's Obuasi East MP. But can he weed the entire place? Patrick Bachiado. Yeah, but he says that all this noise about the non-completion of the thing is all shedding crocodile tears.
Was listening to Honorable Cletus this morning.
Yeah.
You would have taken a seat or word of advice from him. You know, NPP are no longer in power. You can insult us. You can twist everything against us.
Okay.
The taxpayer is not paying NPP.
All right.
They are paying NDC faithfuls. You are in power. If you are not going to do your work, and we are telling you that instead of suspending for 2 weeks someone who is trying to make sure that we don't get an overgrowth case in the hospital, and based on that you insult us, but rather not do the work you are supposed to do, it's up to you, the people of Ashanti, and to God. Okay. At the right time, they will talk. Okay. You see, one thing I love about Ghanaians, whilst you are doing all this, they are sitting there saying, When Ghanaians start doing and they don't talk, that is where you have to be wary. Because that is where they will show you where power lies. 2028 is not far away. 2028 is not far away.
Okay.
Ghanaians are watching, they are listening, but they are quiet.
Okay.
And we'll leave it for Ghanaians.
Moro, I have a question to ask.
What question is it?
Why is the contractor not being responsible for keeping the place clean? Because this is your site.
Yeah.
You understand? You haven't handed over the project.
Is that the Afariwa one or is the Agenda? One of the Agenda 111?
Agenda 101.
You
That's
understand?
one of the
Hospital. Is that a fire hospital?
Do you understand?
Oh, okay.
I think
it's actually right there.
It's huge, yeah. It's a military hospital. It's supposed to be like 37.
You understand? I think the contractor, once you are working on a project that you
haven't handed over fully,
at least at any point in time, the place should not be like this.
Yeah,
that's the responsibility on the part of the contractor.
With you, but you see, if I don't know if that's the case, but in case, or if it's the case that the contractor has not been paid yet, he couldn't really be bothered about the overgrown weeds.
No, but when it comes to handing over, you are supposed to make sure that you clear the place before.
If the person has not been paid, and I'm not saying that's the case.
You have not been paid, but you will be paid.
But it takes funds to keep the place clean.
Yeah. You understand?
And if I've not been paid what I'm entitled to, or what is due me, I'll just abandon it.
So the question we should now ask is that if they are able to send the military there to stop the opposition from winning, why can't they let the military win that place?
Honestly,
that's a good question.
They should be able to win
responsibility
on the part of the contractor.
On the part of the contractor, and then those that are supposed
the facilities and military facility.
Yeah.
Look, so if you don't want people to go there,
you can't leave it like this. Can't leave it like this.
No, Marapoma, when he was constructing the, he's the one constructing the Pokwasi 2 in Sawam, blah blah blah. Yeah. And there were times when motorists and pedestrians and the general public, when they were complaining about the fact that the project has stalled and the whole place was in a mess and so on. We later found that apparently it was because the man was being owed several millions of dollars. And the man says, I cannot continue to be maintaining the thing when you have not paid me. And it's not small money we are talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to make is that when you give somebody a contract and you do not pay the person, and the person has worked, the person has raised certificates, and you don't pay the person moves out of sight. So what happens there? They don't care. So we will move on, but there's some messages that I want to read. So Samuel Brian Boabing sends a message. It says, Moro, the hen can never have a fair hearing in the courts of the hawks. Chairman Wontumi has made the best decision ever. Freedom is important. There is no way he will get justice under a government whose leader feels disrespected by him and who previously sought to sue him while in opposition. It was the late Defense Minister, Edward Omanebo-Ama, who advised and pleaded with him to stop because he would be detrimental to his campaign. In 2013, his mining companies, Hansol and Ankonta, were attacked and burnt to the ground, along with excavators, while gold, cars, tricycles, and other valuable assets were stolen by a task force that included operatives of National Security, NDC Hawks, and the Ghana Immigration Service. Had that politically motivated attack not occurred, Wontumi would have had the capacity to bid for and take over mining concessions that were recently awarded to family members, friends, and cronies. That's from Samuel Brian Boabing. And he sends me the stories on Hansol mining when it was attacked and all the things that have happened. Now, this one from Sam Aku Kelly from East Legon Hills. Now he says that, good morning, Moro. It looks like we're not serious about fighting corruption head on in this country called Ghana. Once again, we're about to rely on a very liberal provision of the law under the pre-bargain arrangement. If we're really committed to the fight against corruption, people who have been found to be engaged in corrupt acts shouldn't be allowed to just pay back what has been alleged to be stolen and go scot-free. Corruption must be made expensive for those who like to engage in it. When proven guilty, such persons must be made to return their loot at punitive interest rates in addition to reduced sentences. The elite in our society must not live by a different set of rules and laws. If this pre-bargain thing is allowed to stay in its current form and substance, then the cassava and guinea fowl should also be allowed to just return what has been stolen. All humans are born equal before the law of the land. Reverend Samuel J. of the PNC says that Honorable Apiakubi is a very good and experienced lawyer. I believe he knows what he's doing. I think he's rather helping Wontumi just to buy time. But the law will take its course by all means. Good morning to you and your panel.
He said he's helping
Kojochu Bafo says that, Moro, let me ask the person who sent you that rubbish about the legal definition of plea deal. Let me ask a simple question, a question most reasonable people will ask. Who agrees to concede guilt and make refunds to the state when they haven't embezzled any funds? That's Kojochu Bafo who sends that message. Kojo, we're told that when it comes to plea negotiations, it is not an admission of guilt per se. Maybe you just don't want the matter to drag. And so you just tell the court that, look, I'm prepared to sit and negotiate, but it's not because I'm guilty. And that it is two things. Even when you say you are guilty, it still doesn't mean you are guilty in the sense of that's illegal, because it's only the court that can pronounce you guilty or innocent. So the lawyers have all these funny explanations that they give about some of these things, but you're asking a very commonsensical question. which is that if you feel that you've not chopped any money, why would you want to sit and do any negotiations? You know, so it just depends. So Hadi from Pig Farm says, the law is the law. Is the law. Okay, and the law. Okay. Hadi from Pig Farm says that, good morning. Good, my beautiful sister, the NPP party, I don't know, Hadi, there's no sister here. The NPP party is well known as a tradition of notorious nation wreckers who only go to politics to plunder public funds and enrich themselves. In fact, listen to the level of corruption and stealing that took place under the watch of Nanado and his vice president. One would just know Mother Ghana has a crime scene, blah, blah, blah. They just came to create, loot, and share. Okay. Hadi, this type of messages. Anyway, Alhaji Hamza says that, Assalamu alaikum, my brother Mo. Let's no one sit and throw dust into the eyes of Ghanaians. First and foremost, did Wontumi take monies from Exim Bank or not? Yes, he did. But did he not use it for the purpose that the monies were given to him? He has even agreed to pay back. So to me, let's take it back because we need the monies for development. In the case of Akunta Mine, the case did not start today. The case started under the NPP when the Forestry Commission, the Minerals Commission told us that Wontumi has no permit to operate in our forest reserves. So the law is the law and he must face the law. This also goes to tell appointees in power today that they should remember that there will be a day of accountability. Mansa Musa from the UK says, more, the economist accountant guest has obfuscated into exactly what shouldn't be encouraged. That is to bring partisanship into this discussion. Why can't all of us allow the basic law to guide us in our deliberations? The partisan position is dangerous and uncalled for. Good morning from Mansa Musa from the UK. Timothy Goba says that, Moro, what is the argument of Alfred that the withdrawal of Wuntumi's lawyer, who is also an NPP member, is the making of the NDC? What is the role of his lawyer when what is left is judgment on July 3? Jumping ship at this time or later will not change the law and the judgment. Timothy Goba. Since that Dr. Chumbwafu is back, he says, more, a rose by any other name is still a rose. And Wontumi is the flower. Where are the proceeds of the maize from the maize farm? Where is the maize? Where is the farm? Please quit wasting our time with these definitions. That's Kojo Chumbwafu. Master Planner Junior Policy Analyst on Kintapo says, you remember that during the vetting of the current Chief Justice Bafo Boni, he said he jailed Atai 70 years because he was afraid he might come back to haunt him. And his family, I pray this judge will not also jail Wontumi because he's afraid Wontumi will come and help the NPP win power in 2028. Just give some time. Kudos to my incoming National Treasurer, Honorable Alfred Thompson, for a solid submission. Master Planner Junior Policy Analyst from Kintampo. Reverend Jones Latte, who's a lawyer based in the UK, says plea bargain is normally done to avoid costly trial. I would like to read Wuntumi's plea bargain to know what it contains and why the prosecution service may accept it. In my view, Wuntumi's plea bargain has come too late, especially where all the parties have closed their cases. The judge must ignore the bargain and issue judgment. And it continues to say, Honorable Apiakubi is a very good and experienced lawyer. I believe he knows what is... Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I think I've read this already. It says plea bargain. So continuing from the one I read earlier, plea bargain is simple. If a person says he's guilty, there's no trial. The judge will administrate and consider mitigation. Musa Abattoir in Asawase says that the Exim Bank case is one of the serious matters that the state must treat with the utmost urgency. The level of impunity with which the previous administration allegedly handled the mismanagement and misappropriation of public funds is unprecedented. I am not opposed to plea bargaining, but accountability must not be sacrificed. Where the evidence establishes wrongdoing, convictions are necessary to serve as a deterrent to current and future public officials. My regards to Forest Commission CEO, Mr. C.A. Brown. Papa Bisu says that, good morning, my brother. Someone shepherding the case in court. You trust the NPP at your own risk. What about Wontumi that was given questions that he would be asked before before entering the courtroom? At least we heard all the happenings in court that day, and the judge called him the judge called him to order that very day. Fact is, Andy Apiakubi and the NPP must give us a break and stop wasting our time and allow fast judgment. Former AG Gofredami and NPP man was head coaching Jakpa Papa Bisu Spintex Accra. Okay. All right. I guess we should move on. Yes, sir.
I just that you earlier on raised with my brother.
Okay.
Yes, when they were in opposition, they said they were going to get a balanced what do you call it? They are going to fill the
balance bench
so that it becomes balanced.
Okay.
And since they came, I think they've employed over 100 and something, promoted an employment into the bench over 100 and something, about 100 and something judges. But the question you ask, if everyone is coming and says that, oh, I don't believe that the judges are this way, so we need to bring in balanced judges, would it help the country?
Okay.
Are judges going to rule on their own conviction or what they went to learn in school, or are they going to do a political bidding? One advice, which is a humble one, is that we should be careful what we do today.
Okay.
Because tomorrow is always there to judge us.
Okay.
What is not good for the goose can never be good for the gander.
Okay.
We should be careful. Politics is transient. You can never be in power forever.
Okay.
You can never ever.
But you have utmost believe and trust in a judiciary. I mean, for 8 years, you kept telling us that the judges.
I believe in the judiciary, but
Yes.
I'm also saying, because once someone has told me that when I come, I'm going to bring in some NDC judges so that you have a balanced bench. And we saw the number of judges that have been employed within the last year.
Okay.
And now there are cases being brought before them, and there are certain things going on. People believe what the lawyer Pierre Kubi says. He wasn't happy with how the case was being handled. He feels that there are some hands behind them manipulating. Isn't that what he said?
That's what he said.
Yeah. So when he feels that way, it tells you straight away that there are issues.
Okay.
All Ghanaians want to see is a balance, or is a judiciary that is straightforward and truthful where they sit.
Fair.
Because if you are going to have a situation where this comes with change, that comes with change, it tells you that you cannot have your full trust in the judiciary. It will be a problem.
So your very good friend Kofi Ofosun-Kansah, he was the chief executive officer of the NEIP. Now this is what he says: if Chairman Wontumi has admitted guilt in the Exim case and is going for plea bargain, then respectfully he should withdraw from the NPP chairman.
Our colleagues in the minority side raise certain issues in Parliament and beyond, outside Parliament. I worry. I worry because they just left power. They were in there for 8 years. And they come to say things that they didn't do for 8 years. They expected a 1-year government plus to be able to do it. That is hypocrisy.
But they just went on an inspection tour.
You understand?
They just went on inspection. They want to see the state of those facilities.
Moro, I'm saying that Dr. Afriye should show us when they were in power, how many times he went there. When they were in power, he's been the health committee chairman when they were in power. He's now the ranking. When they were in power, how many times did he visit those facilities?
It's a valid question.
He never went. He never did. So that's hypocrisy. That's double standard. And he shouldn't think that by doing this, Ghanaians will applaud him. No. It's too early. It is only a hypocritical minority that failed to complete a hospital or hospitals that were started by a previous government in their stronghold. They failed to complete the hospitals and only come within a year to blame a government that has just come into power. That's hypocrisy.
Okay.
I did. And everybody from the Ashanti region should begin to ask what the NPP did for them in their 8 years rule.
Wow.
Yes, they should begin to ask questions like that because
you are going to question Ashantis about that.
Yeah, we'll ask them. What did the NPP
when they are putting things together, you don't come anywhere near what NPP has done in Ashanti.
Ashanti region?
Yes.
Have you been there?
Yes.
When was the
I
last
go
time
there
you were
every time.
Oh, bro. When you go there and see the inner rows.
Alfred, the man has just 2 minutes. You've chopped into 2 minutes.
When you go there, when you go to Kumasi and see the inner rows, the congestion, the traffic in the Ashanti, now to even pass through Kumasi is a problem.
Okay.
You understand? Now, a hospital that was started around March 2014, President Mahama started the hospital and left office. The NPP came, and this hospital is situated in the Ashanti region where they get their votes from. So I expected them to have completed this hospital. We should not have been here discussing this hospital. Now, a government has come into power 18 months. You want to blame such a government, a project you neglected for 8 years, you didn't do anything about it. That is irresponsibility on the part of the minority. particularly the ranking member for health. I'm not proud of him because I didn't expect this from him. I expected this advocacy when his own party was in power. That is when we should have, the Ashantis would have known that Dr. Afriye cares so much for the Ashanti people. But you sat there, you've been the chairman of the health committee for all this while, you never did this advocacy. Just because you are in opposition today, then you now know how to go and do advocacy. That is bad faith. And I think that he don't deserve any applause. Because he should have been doing this when they were in opposition. He never did. It's not today that an 18-month government that you want to blame them for a hospital that is your stronghold that you fail to complete. That I have a problem with that.
Okay. Well, fortunately, we've been given 10 extra minutes, so that's good. So, Seydou, if there's something else you want to say, we've been given 10 extra minutes.
Yes.
So remember, is that far in the Siwa hospitals?
Yes.
Siwa hospitals,
yes.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, both. Yeah, in the Ashanti region. So.